Tonight, Edo Police Command naps 4 fake army officers. Governor's wife cautions electorate ahead of House of Assembly election. Plus, students, pupils on extracurricular activities exposed to rudiments of broadcasting. A very good evening to you and welcome to NT Evening News at 7. I am Udwakobong Achibong. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) is appealing to political parties and their candidates to caution their agents and supporters to consider the March 18, 2023 governorship and state houses of assembly elections as a contest and not war. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu and the National Security Advisor, retired Major General Babagana Mugundu, gave the advice at an interagency consultative committee on election security in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf reports.
Numerous strategic engagements are already ongoing by political parties, their candidates and other concerned civil society organizations ahead of the March 18 governorship and state houses of assembly election.
We wish to call on security agencies to protect the lives of citizens as they come out for these elections and ensure that there is no intimidation of citizens in this election.
INEC and all critical election security stakeholders at this meeting are assuring that no stone will be left unturned in ensuring that the will of the people is not subverted.
The state elections will involve 1,021 constituencies, 28 governorship, and 993 state assembly seats. There will also be more candidates involved and more collation centers to protect. These are also local elections involving keen contests. It is therefore important for parties and candidates to speak to their agents and supporters to see the election as a contest and not war.
What we do not want to happen is for anybody to preempt and to take the law into his or her own hands. I want to be very, very clear on this. We're going to give the maximum support to all entities involved in this process.
The governorship elections will hold in 28 states except in Anambra, Bayelsa, Edo, Ekiti, Imo, Kogi, Ondo, and Osun, where the state elections were conducted off-cycle. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
And back here in the state, wife of Edo State Governor Betsy Obaseki has called on the electorate to be cautious during the March 18, 2023 elections and vote for candidates based on their pedigree. She met the plea when she played host to private school honors in the state. Elizabeth Moko reports.
The meeting with the stakeholders is to intimate the teachers of the development strides of Governor Obaseki's administration. But first, the wife of the governor didn't stop. She took a swipe at the outcome of the February 25th elections. She urges the teachers to support the continuation of good governance in Edo State by voting the candidates of the PDP at the State House of Assembly.
This election on Saturday is an election because it is the people who are going to make the laws, to support historic and programs, and to continue to support good governors after the finish their duties that are going for elections on Saturday.
The proprietors say they are now better informed.
The other week when we went to vote, we voted in anger. That was why we voted for those who didn't know. Because the people were angry.
The person has got members that can work with him to push this administration forward.
As the Saturday March 18 election comes closer, these stakeholders are assuring the people of taking the campaign of good governance of the present administration to their doorposts. In Benin, Elizabeth Amako, NTA News.
And still on election matters, ahead of the Edo State House of Assembly election this Saturday, the national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, has advised the electorate to come out en masse and elect all the candidates of the party in the election. He stated this during his meeting with some stakeholders In Benin, the Edo State capital, Eugenia Dupisi has that report.
National Chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, while addressing party stalwarts and other stakeholders, says the engagement is intended to strategize ahead of Saturday's polls in Edo State to ensure Labour Party comes out victorious in the election. Appreciating the electorate for their massive support in the February 25 elections, Mr. Abure also congratulated the candidates who won their elections and tasked them to uphold Labour Party ideology and remain on the side of the people during their legislative business.
Our people say it is not over, not until it is over. We have fought a good fight, but there is yet another fight we must fight, which is the House of Assembly election. And now that I have the privilege of being around, I feel that I needed to meet with you for us to sit down together, strategize towards that election. But we want to build a new Nigeria. We want to build a new party. We want to do our things differently. We want to lay a foundation for a new country. And therefore, obviously, it will not be business as usual.
He also reaffirmed that Labour Party, both the national and the state levels, is not in alliance with any party.
We are not in alliance with any governor in any part of the Federation of Nigeria. I also want to make it categorically clear that no governor sponsored any House of Assembly candidate in Labour Party.
The national chairman, alongside state executive members, later had closed-door meeting with the stakeholders. In Benin, Eugenia Dupisi, NTA News.
We are not done with election matters as Nigerians prepare for the governorship election in sub-state and the state houses of assembly election in the 36 states. Expectations are said to be high. Political analysts say the forthcoming elections, though local, should be taken as important as the last presidential and Federal House of Representatives elections held in February 25th this year. These were the views of the guest on Good Morning Nigeria this Tuesday. Ifoma Okafor has the details.
A veteran journalist, Tony Abolo, who participated from Benin Network Center, reeled out some of the characteristics and the context of how politics is played in Edo and Delta states. He gave the perspective of the mood and the outlooks among the political parties as they intensify their campaign drives.
Going forward, there's going to be more enthusiasm because there's a gubernatorial contest in Delta. We don't have that, and it is here we are only having House of Assembly in Edo State. So while there could be a big contest and a lot of campaign and drive and effort, the governors have been offering, call it juices, hoping that they can entice people. Ages of civil servants, I think, was either extended in Delta. Nothing is as local as this Saturday elections. So the people own the process.
The guests unanimously believe that the March 18 governorship and state houses of assembly elections are not predictable, judging by what used to play out when voters were left to only two major political parties, and the outcome of the last election, where unpopular candidates won against the big names in the political space. Meanwhile, 28 states are for governorship elections, while 36 states are for state houses of assembly. In Benin, Ifoma Okafor, NTA News.
This news is being streamed on our YouTube channel, NTA Benin. You can subscribe and be part of the news online, and you can reach out to NTA Benin Newsroom on any breaking news and happenings in Edo State via the number 091-535-59648. You can also send WhatsApp messages to the same number. You are watching NTA Benin News at 7. We now take a break. We'll be back shortly. Please stay tuned.
Of a legislator is to make laws that will protect the rights of citizens against abuses by other people, organizations, and by the government itself. The legislator is also expected to carry out oversight functions and attract projects to his constituents. This is what the APC candidate, Oedo East constituency, Honorable Raphael Owowo Uswomo, is set out to do. Uswomo is a man who is connected to the people at the grassroots with years of experience. Uswomo, an international successful businessman, is a lover of truth and justice, committed to the growth and development of the people of Oedo East constituency. A man whose quest for development and quality representation is unequaled. He is the choice of Oedo East for people-oriented bills, effective representation, skills and capacity building, empowerment and infrastructural development. Vote Honorable Raphael Owowo Uswomo for House of Assembly, Oedo East constituency. Vote APC.
Next time you visit the ancient city of Benin, two things will excite you: the warmth and welcome of its people, and of course, the class and style of its hospitality business. Randeki Gold, home of hospitality like no other, located in one of the most serene environments in the ancient city, truly classy and exquisite with world-class facilities. Fully equipped digital multipurpose hall with life-size, ultra-high definition LED screen, 180 square meters king-size swimming pool with bubble bath, enough to leave you breathless. The exotic Ariel's Bistro and Grill restaurant with variety of continental dishes, especially some of the rarest delicacies you can find in town. Fact is, a visit will truly convince you that we are gold. Randeki Gold is the gold wing of the prestigious Randeki Royal Hotel at 6 Uhenui Street off Ihama and Boundary Roads, GRA Benin City. www.randekihotels.com. Randeki Gold, our hospitality is go.
It's finally here. Yes, the one-stop shop for everything electronics. Benin City, let's jubilate. It's Uyi Technical Electronics Mall, 45 Adesewa Road, Benin City. Our unique shopping mall for authentic, high-quality electronics of major brands like LG, Samsung, Scanfrost, Nexus, Hisense, and more. Get quality, authentic brand products like refrigerators, side-by-side fridges, deep freezers, front and top load washing machines, gas cookers, air conditioners, OLED and other varieties of television, DVD players, home theater, standing fans, home appliances, generators of different brands and sizes. You name it, we've got it. Get the best bargain and authentic products at Uyi Technical Electronics Mall, 45 Adesewa Road, opposite Winners Chapel by Ihama Junction, GRA Benin City. Uyi Technical Electronic Mall. Everything electronics. We dare to stand out.
The time has come again to voting a legislative arm independent of external influences and manipulation. We must now resist candidates who have been bought with the hopes of being rubber stamps. Our candidates are young, vibrant, intelligent, and in touch with the realities of our time. Vote PDP.
This is not just a hotel. It's a resort, a place where luxury, class, and hospitality meets. It's not just four walls. It's a reinvention. It's an idea that relaxation should be brilliant. We offer world-class services that makes the experience unforgettable. Heritage Hotel, you can't get it better.
Many thanks for staying tuned and turning to security matters. 4 armed robbery suspects, all in army uniform, are in the custody of the Edo State Police Command for allegedly robbing their victim in Tempoga community, Lokiwe axis of Benin City. The carted away valuables worth millions of naira. The command's public relations officer, Chidi Mwabuzo, paraded the suspect at the command headquarters. Good looking Naini reports.
The incident occurred on the 14th of February when the police received a petition stating that 4 unidentified gunmen, Osas Agawoyin, Yabo Victor, Nosa Owie, and Indidi Etukudo, ages 28 and 35, in army uniform, broke into the apartment of their victim in Tempoga community of Lucky Way, Benin City. The suspects allegedly robbed the petitioner and made them to forcefully transfer the sum of more than 447,000 naira from the petitioner's account, having forcefully obtained the secret code number of the victim's bank account, which enabled them have access to the bank details. The suspects thereafter transferred the money to another account for an exchange in foreign currency. Items worth millions of naira were carted away by the suspects.
The woman-in-law, Johannes, bring some information to him that this woman and the husband, the punish and they do bad, so he want collect something from her.
Part of man that brought the common out, we did the evasion and we collected the money from the woman, which we collected the pin from her to transfer, to make a transfer. So we transferred the money to the aboki and they give us dollar. So the dollar they give to us, we exchange it between ourselves.
The victims who spoke off camera described the experience as horrific. Chidinwa Buzo is the spokesperson of the command.
Arrest of 4 suspects, whom you are seeing here as military personnel, but they are not really military personnel. These 4 suspects burst into the house through the ceiling, found their way into the house, and robbed them of their personal effects. 1 iPhone 13 Pro Max, value 500,000 naira. Assorted jewelries, valued 850,000 naira.
The suspects are to appear in court after investigations are concluded. In Benin, Goodluck Inaemi, NT News.
The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) has given the federal government 7 working days with effect from March 14, 2023 to make Naira notes available, or it will direct workers to stay away from work until the current cash crunch is resolved. President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Joe Ajero, issued the deadline at the opening session of the Central Working Committee meeting of the Labour Union in Abuja. In the meantime, the Central Bank of Nigeria says old 200, 500 and 1,000 banknotes remain legal tender. The Apex Bank, in statement Monday evening by its acting director, Corporate Commutation, Issa Abumimin, directs all deposit money banks operating in Nigeria to comply with the Supreme Court judgment of March 3, 2023. The statement also advises all concerned to comply accordingly. Now, the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC) has directed mobile network operators to implement the approved harmonized shortcode for providing certain services to telecommunications consumers in Nigeria. Statement from the telecom regulator notes that with these, the more than 226 million active mobile users can now use same 13 common shortcodes to access services across all networks. 310 is a harmonized code for checking balance, 311 for airtime recharge, 312 for data plan across all networks, 323 for data balance, 321 for share services, while 996 is for verification of subscriber identity module, SIM, registration and NIN-SIM linkage. In same light, 300 is for call center and help desk on all mobile networks, 301 for voicemail deposit, 302 for voicemail retrieval, 303 for borrow services, 305 for stop services. Meanwhile, the code 2442 is also retained for porting services. The old and new harmonized short codes will run concurrently until May 17, 2023, the deadline for all mobile networks to fully migrate from diverse short codes to the harmonized codes. And to other matters now, tributes have continued to pour in from religious leaders and eminent personalities in celebration of the 77th birthday of the General Overseer, New Covenant Gospel Church, Benin City, Reverend Felix Omobode. Jude Abugu, who witnessed the morning dew service held at the church's headquarters to commemorate the day, now reports.
Church members, colleagues, family and friends graced the early morning service to appreciate God for the life of a man they described as a worthy servant of God. The reading from Book of Psalms and the sermon that followed are equally testament to God's faithfulness in the life of Reverend Felix Omobode.
Not only does God never forsake the righteous, but the children of the righteous, they are well taken care of.
Tributes came from the clergy, church members, and guests.
By his ministry and by all he has done, he has proved that the word of God is true. When you look at Baba, you don't need to pray that you have inner peace. It's an organ soul. She's all over the world. In the educational sector, in the ministry, what have been the humanitarian sector?
Special prayer was offered by the congregation, asking God's blessings upon the celebrants. Reverend Omobode was joined by family members and colleagues to cut his 77th birthday cake. Having spent greater part of his life working in the vineyard, the celebrant says he feels fulfilled.
The turnaround began when I turned my life over to Jesus. And they thought it was a joke. Those around me, my parents, my friends, thought this was not going to last. But I'm happy that over 50 years on, his grace has been so abundant, and all over, wherever I go.
My prayer for him today is that God will continually grant him grace, strength to continue, and that he will not lose focus of what God has called him for.
He's a man of integrity, a man of wisdom, a man of the word, a man anointed of the Holy Spirit.
Born on the 14th day of March 1954, Reverend Omobode founded the New Covenant Gospel Church in 1988. He was a one-time national president of the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria. In Benin, Jude Abugu, NTA News.
Time for another break. We'll be back in a moment. Please stay.
Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight.
Good people of Edo State, it's time again to prove that you are excellent people. You did it before at the Presidential and National Assembly elections, and on Saturday, the 18th of March, you'll do it again as you vote in the State Assembly election. Nothing can stand between you and victory for the Labour Party, the party to beat. Don't be discouraged. So come out in your usual large numbers in support of all Labour Party candidates in the State House of Assembly election. Surely, the Labour Party is poised to take over the state legislature. As you vote, say no to thuggery and other electoral offences. And as you vote, do not forget the winning logo, Papa, Mama and Pekin. Remember, with the Labour Party in control of the House of Assembly, Edo State shall rise again to the pinnacle of good governance. Labour Party, a new Nigeria is possible. This message is proudly sponsored by Right Honourable Emmanuel Arigbe-Osula, Labour Party chieftain and former Deputy Minority Leader, House of Representatives.
Whatever your occasion, whatever your requirement, Efedosa Catering Services is well equipped to cater for the catering needs of your event. With our customized menu of mouth-watering African and continental dishes, cocktails, and small chops, is definitely going to be a mouth-watering experience. Our well-trained and friendly chefs and staff, our royal dining arrangement is sure to make your event grand and memorable. Be it weddings reception, corporate function, anniversary parties, birthday celebration, funeral reception, we will render an event of distinction. We are into event planning and consultancy services. Also, our amazing Grace Event Hall, which can provide up to 500 seating capacity for any event hosting, is sure to blow your mind. Call Efedosa Catering Services on 0807 777 7291 or visit us at 51 Airport Road, Benin City, Edo State, and Peck Filling Station, Oluku Junction, Oluku, Benin City. Efedosa Catering Services, caterers of distinction.
Many thanks for staying tuned. 21 students and pupils of Obey Olise Group of Schools were in NTA Aduawa transmitting station to acquaint themselves with the basic knowledge of how a broadcast media outfit operates. Philomena Gbebo reports.
The pupils and students were exposed to the processes involved in the transmission of news to viewers. They were taken on a guided tour of various operational units of the station. This includes the newsroom, MCR, transmission studio, and transmitter room. They were told that the department worked as a team to ensure smooth transmission.
From the studio, we also link video and audio to MCR. From MCR, we now link it to the transmitter.
MCR. What did I say? MCR is Master Control Room. And I am the transmission director.
Governor Godwin Obaseki said there is no hiding place for herdsmen in the state who are found to be frustrated crisis. This is as he ensured the people in honor of the security of their life and property.
Some of the students and pupils speak on their gains.
I learned that the transmission director control and direct the balance of sound and video. This woman, they showed us how to gather information about news, such as we can get information about the things happening around the world, in government houses, about the money chaos now.
I learned that in the studio room, if you want to add something or make some news, you need light so that everyone will be bright.
I learned that news should be fresh and factual.
The teacher says NTA is a world-class television that attracts viewership to its news and programs.
We learned a lot today, beginning from the newsroom. From the newsroom, we were taught how the news is being read, the meaning of news. From there, we went to the studio. From the studio to the control room. From the control room, we went to the transmission room to see how the news, how they produce the news.
Obey Olise Group of Schools, which was founded in 1994, is situated at number 7 Owe Street, off St. Saviour Road, Benin City. In Benin, Philomena Gbebo, NTA News.
And that's the news. Many thanks for watching. Good evening.